Good morning. My name is Scott Riley. I am the elected district attorney for Burke, Caldwell, and Catawba counties. I stand before you today in the aftermath of a horrific and senseless act of violence that occurred on June 1st, an event that has shaken our community to its core. What began as a gathering of people simply enjoying time together ended in bloodshed. This is something that no one ever expects in a community like ours. On June 1st, 12 individuals were injured. These were innocent people who had simply gathered to enjoy themselves. One of those victims tragically lost his life. What happened was not only unthinkable, it was deliberate, it was coordinated, and it was intended to cause mass harm. What happened was senseless. There is simply no justification, none whatsoever, for firing into a crowd of people. Since that night, the men and women of the Catawba County Sheriff's Office have worked tirelessly and relentlessly to investigate this act of violence and to bring those responsible to justice. Yesterday, after a thorough and ongoing investigation, the Catawba County Grand Jury returned true bills of indictments against 7 individuals in connection with this mass shooting. As I announce each indictment, you will see the individual's photograph displayed behind me. Garen Nathaniel Killian was charged with is indicted with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. In addition, he was also indicted with 7 additional counts of attempted first-degree murder from the unrelated incident we've called the Party City shooting that occurred approximately a month and a half prior to the incident on June 1st. Keandre O'Neill Mack. He's also charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Toland Huff Jr. He's also indicted with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. He also was additionally indicted with 2 counts of accessory after the fact to attempted first-degree murder for his role at the Party City incident approximately a month and a half before June 1st. Zachary Michael Bates, indicted with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Isaiah Kane Mitchell, we've also referred to him as Zay Harris in previous press conferences. He was indicted with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Charles Rodell Kincaid III was indicted with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 63 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Additionally, Zoe Braswell has been indicted for 4 counts of accessory after the fact to attempted first-degree murder for her role in aiding those involved after this incident occurred. These indictments make a major step toward accountability, but they are just the beginning. Chief Assistant DA Tim Gould will lead the prosecution of these cases. Mr. Gould has already been working very closely with law enforcement throughout this investigation, and he will ensure that those responsible are held fully accountable in a court of law. Catawba County is a beautiful and it's a wonderful place to live. It's the place that I have chosen to call home and raise a family. This is not the kind of thing that we expect to see here. But while we may not be immune from such senseless acts, I can assure you we are prepared. Our law enforcement officers have shown extraordinary professionalism and resolve. I am incredibly proud of them. I am incredibly proud of the work they've done night and day to get us to this point. Our law enforcement officers have truly shown us what it means to serve. My hope is that today sends a clear message. Violence like this will never be tolerated in Catawba County. We will seek justice for every victim and we will hold each perpetrator accountable. Thank you very much.
Good morning, and thanks to the media for coming. I want to offer a status on our investigation, hit a few key points. First of all, as you've heard, this investigation remains active. It will be active for the indefinite future. And we can announce this morning from our investigation that this was a premeditated and seemingly unprovoked attack by what has been referred to as the hillside shooters. You've also heard reference to the poolside shooters. I want to clarify that a bit this morning. The people that were at the party, some of them were armed with their own weapons. When the attack initiated, multiple persons on the property at 1125 Walden Acres Drive returned fire. Those persons were scattered about the property in its entirety and not just centered around the pool itself. There were several separate occurrences of gunfire in the minutes following the initial attack. We've recovered multiple calibers of shell casings from the residents. There's possibly more shooters than the shell casings would initially account for. We've recovered multiple firearms from the residents and the outside perimeter of that location. We are still requesting information from the attendees of the party and from the public in general concerning those that might have fired weapons from 1125 Walden Acres Drive in response to the initial attack, and hopes of better discerning exactly what occurred in their response. As everyone's aware, there's a homicide that occurred during this tragic incident. I want to address that this morning. Our investigation has revealed that the person responsible for killing Sean Hood was attempting to return fire at the hillside shooters and inadvertently struck Sean Hood, who was on the property there at 1125 Walnut Acres Drive. Our investigation has, into that point and many others, has been thorough. We've been in next near to constant consultation with our district attorney's office. In North Carolina, the laws concerning self-defense are clear. Our investigation has shown that the person responsible for Mr. Hood's death was not intending to target Mr. Hood, and again was targeting the hillside shooters. As such, and at this time, there's not going to be any charges pursued criminally against the person responsible for Mr. Hood's death. We have met with Mr. Hood's family last week and have explained all of these developments to the family. Our sentiments here at the Sheriff's Office and our partner agencies remain with the family of Sean Hood. You've heard a lot about bullet trajectory. That's certainly some fine work done by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are heavily relying on that work to better answer some questions that are still outstanding as of today. When that information is available to us, we will review it and then consult with our district attorney's office about perhaps second and subsequent rounds of indictments for charges such as shooting into an occupied dwelling. Again, the investigation is continuing. We are partnering, as you've heard, with other local, state, and our federal agencies. We are again consulting with the DA almost daily, and our focus remains on holding everyone fully accountable and bringing all of the people responsible for this to justice.